Hi guys, welcome back to more episodes of the X-Files. On to episode 15 of season 5. We have finished the two-part series. I'm interested to see the character development after this two-part episode now, in particular with Mulder and his change of philosophy and everything that took part in those last two episodes, and where he finds himself with the X-Files now, and in general, just the whole conspiracy thing, because it's turned everything on its head. I'm expecting to go back to maybe a standalone episode or something now, because that tends to be what they do, this show. Anyway, let's get on with this. This is episode 15. 90, okay. Yeah, pass my driving test.
Oh, God
Take
almighty.
It smells.
What the hell's he got in here?
Dead body, probably. Oh my God. Yeah, this is not a clean place.
Mr. Skur?
Is that a person?
Oh my God. Mulder.
Mulder?
Who's asking?
I'm a profiler with the Behavioral Sciences Unit.
You're still a profiler, yeah.
You are Arthur Dale's former special agent with the Bureau?
Oh.
Do you know what an X-file is?
It's an unsolved case.
No. It's a
No.
case that's been designated unsolved.
According to your report, Edward Skur disappeared 38 years ago, before you had a chance to arrest him for a series of stranger killings in which the victim's internal organs had all been removed.
Well, if he's dead, there's nothing you need from me.
But, sir, my name is Mulder.
Does that mean anything
You know
to
that name. And so did Edward Skur.
They hunted communists in America in the 40s and 50s. They found practically nothing. Unless nothing was what they wanted to find.
I don't see the connection.
Maybe you're not supposed to.
Roy Cohn, chief counsel at the McCarthy hearings, warns
Interesting. I like getting backstory on before where we are now.
with the support of
I
the
don't know a lot
FBI,
about this, I'm afraid.
Mr. McCarthy vowed to
Back
work
then.
tirelessly. Fellow travelers working in our own state.
It's too hard to make out for me. I don't know if that's that guy.
Edward Skur died saying a name, my father's name.
That's,
Your father.
yeah.
My father and I don't really speak.
Before his disappearance, Skur worked for the State Department just like your old man did. You had to have suspected the connection before you came here yesterday, but you said nothing. Skur killed this man the way he did all the others.
Wow.
All the soft tissue, internal organs, ligature,
That's a brutal
all
way.
were removed
Why, though?
without tearing the skin.
You
By
said in
the
your
deranged
report
killer.
that Skur was suspected of being a communist?
Well, that's what they said he was.
Yeah, back then. There
To
was
us,
major
Skur was
paranoia
just
with this.
another name on our list.
Oh, back to 52.
Another communist spy at the State Department. We had no idea who or what Edward Skur really was.
Edward Skur?
Yes.
You're under arrest for contempt of
Communist.
Congress. Failure to appear before the committee.
I'm a family man, for God's sake.
You trying to reach me?
No? Why?
So this
But
is
maybe
the
you heard
younger
about
guy that
Skur.
we're talking to as well.
What about him?
He's dead.
He hung himself in his cell. Guards found him about 20 minutes ago.
I didn't know what I should say to her. I'm sorry about your loss, Mrs. Skur. If there's anything I can do. I sat there for over an hour trying to find my courage in a bottle. Then I saw someone I shouldn't, I couldn't have seen.
Scar. Oh, that would get
Now
the
it was
wheels
my life that we
turning.
turned upside down.
Edward Skur!
Where'd he go? Jesus, what the fuck's that? What was this? What the fuck? Was it an alien?
No, they're still going door to door in the neighborhood. There's no sign of him yet.
They're not gonna find him, Marty. Open it up. Skur. Just leave Skur's name out of your report. Nobody else has to know.
How the hell's he supposed to do
I
that?
already filed my report an hour ago.
Dales,
Get in here.
call for you.
Your partner
I'll
doesn't
be
trust
right
you
there.
now.
It's the Justice Department. They want to talk to me.
I bet they do.
You prosecuted the Rosenbergs. Now you're working with Mr. Hoover and Senator McCarthy.
Then you know how
working with who?
important my work is. How vital it is to the future of this country that these rats, these vermin, who dare call themselves Americans, be exposed as the traitors they are. We've spoken to Mrs. Skur and the neighbors. You seem to be the only person who can identify that man as Edward Skur.
You want me to amend my report?
Correct.
I don't
You're
understand.
not supposed to understand.
It's above your pay
Just
grade.
follow orders.
Yeah.
I'd never so much as faked an expense report or
Sorry,
used
Jason.
the bureau car to drive home, so lying didn't sit well with me, even if I was under orders.
How's that still playing? Oh, listen what that is.
They're playing it the day my unit rolled into Berlin.
The guy must be a Kraut.
Yeah, well-connected crowd.
But the fact we're seeing he's not exactly human goes some way towards explaining it.
Well-connected dead Kraut.
What the hell happened to him?
Who called you guys out here?
You did, you mope. We got the call from your departments.
We don't know nothing about that.
I was summoned to the bar by a man who'd already been to the doctor's house that morning. It was the man, Agent Mulder, you came here to ask me about.
Don't tell me. I'm waiting for it.
No. But I came here to warn you about it. I tried to save that man, but I was too late.
Skur killed him?
He'll kill you too. Skur, Gissing, and Oberman.
Gissing and Oberman. I read those names on a censored report.
Yeah.
They couldn't live with what they'd become, what they'd been turned into.
Oh.
And Skur's the last. The crimes these men have committed against innocent people. I can't have that on my conscience anymore.
What are you telling me? Are you telling me that Mr. Cohn and Senator McCarthy are involved in this? Is Skur after them too?
Skur wants vengeance for what they did to him.
Oh, he's already. Here we go. You're gonna get a bit of this action, dude. I mean, what does it do? Tissue and everything. All bodily fluids and stuff.
I suppose he could have force-fed him a corrosive agent of some kind, an acid maybe. Except I don't know why it wouldn't have burned through the skin.
Would that account for the smell?
It's from inside.
We won't know for sure till we get a toxology report.
Oh my god.
Agent Dales.
Oh, great.
Hey, where do you think you're taking that? This man's a veteran. The body goes to Bethesda. Howard, take care of this.
Mr. Cohn, these men are going to the county morgue. An autopsy needs to be performed.
They're trying to stop this.
Come here. You want to test me. See how fast I can pull the chain and flush you. You want to see your name on a list? This is a matter of national security. Take
There's
this
those
body
two
out of
words.
here. Get it out.
There's those two words we hate hearing. Goes away.
I'd been threatened by Mr. Cohn, but I couldn't leave it alone, not while Michael's killer was still out there. But your father also said that there were two other men who had had the same thing done to them. Men who were already
Got it
dead.
on the list.
Finding out what happened to
Look
them
into him.
at least might help me understand what Skur had become.
I may be totally 100% off here. Is this, bearing in mind this is 1952, was it said? So it's after Roswell, and it's after the war. Is this their initial stages and cover-up of the agreement they made, and this was them experimenting with human subjects as regards them becoming hosts for an alien race, or is this something completely unrelated. I don't.
This whole thing's been manufactured. Edward Skur is no communist. Either of these other two men.
Yeah, and all of that's been redacted. It'll just
I
be
want to see their
gibberish.
files. Gissing and Oberman.
I already checked. They're missing. But
of course they are.
I recognize one of these names. It's in an X file.
Oh my God!
Under you for unsolved.
That's.
Oh my God! Are you actually telling me we are looking at the person, the secretary, the whatever, who decided that these needed a separate subsection to be filed under? And because she's just gone, I didn't know what to do with this, so I've just filed them under X. Is that how it came about? It was that random?
That's what I did until I ran out of room. Plenty of room in the X's.
Who decides when a case gets an X?
No way!
The director's office. It's kind of a dead end. A German emigre, Dr. Stroman, patriated here after the war. He was found dead in his office last week at the VA.
Let me guess. They weren't able to explain how his body just kind of collapsed, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
How did Gissing kill this man?
That's why it's an X-file.
Welcome to the
They
X-Files.
don't know.
Gissing and a man named Skur were patients of the same doctors. I think whatever was done to this man was also done to the man who killed my partner.
Looks like it's lodged into his esophagus. Wait a minute, those are sutures. Whatever this is, someone put it there.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Your husband was discredited in order to cover up a crime, Mrs. Skur. A crime that was committed upon him, against his will. So did two other men that he worked with at the State Department.
They're now dead.
But the surgeries that they received, it wasn't what they thought it was. It had nothing to do with their war injuries.
Then what was it?
It's called Xenotransplantation.
Today, Mr. Dales, just 7 years later, there are 800 million people under the absolute domination of Soviet Russia. In other words, in less than 7 years, the odds have changed from 9-1 in our favor to 8-5 against us. Of global communist domination is a reality that can be ignored only at the risk of our own annihilation.
Oh, this guy's good at this.
We must go further. We must do those things which even our enemies would be ashamed to do.
Wow.
You have one chance, Mr. Dales, to save yourself. To demonstrate that you have the strength to serve your country.
The history, the recent history.
Let him think you're alone. Put him at ease. We'll be in when the time is right.
So is this why you came to see me, Mr. Mulder? Make me your stalking horse?
I turned the lights off out front. Just pull the door shut when you go.
Okay. Thanks for your help.
Anything to help out the Bureau.
I'm here to help you. Just like I told your wife.
My wife is dead.
Thanks to you.
I'm dead too.
And it weren't his fault.
They're not coming, you know. They wanted me to kill you, or you wouldn't be here.
Hey.
Mulder!
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Come on, Mulder. Heal the Mulder. Do something. It's going to be too late in a minute. Come on. He didn't move.
Let them dictate his conscience.
Oh, don't fool yourself. None of us are free to choose. I was ruined for my insubordination. You keep digging through the...
So will you.
The X-Files.
Yeah, 100%.
They'll bury you, too.
There's one thing you didn't explain was how Skur was able to get away, how he was able to live in obscurity for the last 38 years.
Well, I kept hearing things through the years, you know, of people tell me things. I heard that he was dead, that he had been kept in some secret lab while they finished up the experiment. Bastard, somebody with a conscience might have let him go.
I think I might know who.
Why would anyone do that? Why let a killer go free?
That's why I said your dad's name.
in the hope that by letting him live, the truth of the crimes that were committed against him and the others might someday be exposed.
That was great. That was just superb. Okay, on the grand scale of X-Files episodes that aren't the two-parters or to do with just the normal main conspiracy, that's up there. That's like a 9 to a 9.5 out of a 10 for me. Just the storyline, the fact that unusually Mulder was in about 10% of that episode, sat back listening to the Styles guy give us a lowdown and reenactment of what happened to him when he was in the bureau, and it was all centered around still centered around the FBI and his father and the involvement that he had and just the era that it was set in. I love stuff that's set back when the world was a different world than the one that we have today, or even the one that it was meant to be, because this was meant to be 1990. I really like that they chucked the throwaway scene in that wasn't really throwaway. That secretary decided all these weird cases. She had one little drawer for them, and there started to be more and more of them, so she had to give them a designation. So she's like, so just file them under X, because nothing else really comes under X. Nothing starts with an X. So that was just pure genius. So it wasn't an alien, I'm presuming. It was just their way of hoping to not allow communism to become the world dominance. And that speech that the director gave was just mind-blowing. I mean, that would have me fucking questioning everything. Really well written episode. And like I said, even though Mulder wasn't in the majority of it, it really kept your attention, and the story itself was totally unexpected. But it's more of the same. Being able to just cover up. It's more of the lie within a lie within a lie for the truth. Or you can look at that backwards as well. Being able to keep it hidden, and then giving us that scene at the end that the person who let him go, the reason why he even made it to old age and to live in obscurity, was thanks to Mulder's father. And that's the only explanation that we're going to get as to why that's the person's name that he shouted out at the beginning when the sheriff shot him. When this episode started and it was that with the old guy in there, I did not expect it to go down the storyline that it went. It was spectacular. I loved that. I don't really know what else to say. I'm kind of in shock and surprised at what that turned out to be. That's going in my top 20. I'm going to do a top 20 when we get to the end of this. It's going to take me a while to compile it. I'm going to make a note of this episode now. That's in my top 20 of standalone single episodes. Really good. Enjoyed that. If you want to watch it in full length, you know what to do by now. Check the link in the description. You can always go and watch it in full length over on Patreon. And if you enjoyed the video, guys, I'd appreciate it if you give it a video a quick thumbs up. Post your comments down below. And if you've not already subscribed, we are halfway into season 5. We're about more or less halfway into the X-Files story of the entire series. So it'll be a good time to subscribe. So just click that button and I will see you for episode 16 next. Take care.